Hello Maxers. This is ChatterBox. Gary Lee Nelson wrote this patch to explore the speech object by Masayuki Akamatsu. Please excuse the pronunciation. Gary? Hey Gary. Wake up. These folks are waiting for you to tell them about your patch.
So I must have dozed off. Well, that was my assistant, Allison. Thanks, Allie.
By the way, Gary.
Yes?
The female voices, and I do not appreciate that you chose a woman's voice to introduce something called ChatterBox.
Oh?
And what's with the LIPS?
Well, mouth, talking, sense of humor.
You and I will talk about this later.
Can't wait. Anyway, this is what may become the help file for ChatterBox. It's intended as a general introduction of the speech object. I'm developing this to make the voice-over track for Shadow Man, a new film based on a series of prize-winning photographs by my wife, Dolores Smart, with my animations and music. My hope that others can personalize this patch and make lots of their own wonderful art. I have several people lined up to give this patch a beta test run. After that, I'll distribute a zip file containing everything needed to try it out for yourself. The contents of the folder and the zip file are shown here on the left. It includes the aka speech object, its help file, the MXO external, the ChatterBox patch that we're looking at over here, and standalone applications that I've made with both Max 7 and Max 8. I've tested it with both of those. The speech object interfaces with the Macintosh's built-in speech system, which we can see here under accessibility. It has a series of voices that you can choose. System voice is Tom. In general, he would speak anything you tell the Mac to speak outside of what we're looking at as a ChatterBox.
Hello, my name is Tom. I am an American English voice.
And the voices have a number of parameters. The only one that's available here is the speaking rate.
Hello, my name is Tom. Hello, my name is Tom. I am an American. Hello, my name is Tom. I am an American English voice.
Very useful feature of this built-in system is that you can select text almost any place on your Macintosh and get Tom to speak it. And you activate that with a control set of keystrokes, well, held down at the same time. Command, Option, Control S. Now I chose that one. It can be changed. Now I'm going to highlight the last paragraph that I spoke from my script and have Tom say it. And here's the command sequence.
The speech object interfaces with the Macintosh built-in speech system. You can look at this in System Preferences under Accessibility. The current system voice is me. You'd think that they could program me to correctly pronounce Macintosh.
Let's have a look at what's in the patch. Remember, this is a template with many possible variations. It's not a canned patch. Modification is the point of this tutorial. I'll ask Allison to introduce the panels while I point at them and add some comments. Are you ready, Allie?
Always. First is the monitor recorder. This should look familiar to most Maxers. Read the note for details about setting up audio input and output. Any desired audio effects may be inserted in the path following the live gain object. Gary plans to add reverb and a panner from stereo to quad. You can also record what I am saying here for use in other applications as a sound file. Parameter control. This too should look familiar. We start by loading all of the system-supplied voices. A message to the first inlet of the speech object automates that and populates a menu. This happens with a load bang or a voices message. Gary will clear and reload the voice menu to show what is happening there.
So the voices message goes into the first inlet, clear it again, load bang, execute that voices message when the patch is loaded. Usual convenience.
Once the menu is populated, the item numbers of the menu can be sent to the speech object to select a current voice. Note the numbers at the end of these messages. They are the values of the speech parameters to be used for this line of the script.
So we have pitch, volume, rate, and modulation.
More about this panel in the demonstration portion of this video. You can purchase high-quality voices from the Acapella group. There is a link to Infovox page in the parameter control panel. Infovox supplies several applications for installation with the Mac's built-in voices and for customizing. Refer to the Infovox manuals included in Gary's package. By the way, Gary has no connection with Infovox. He's just a fan. Script reader. Drag and drop a folder onto this menu to load a collection of scripts. Scripts should be prepared as plain text with text editor. That is read into text object, then formatted and transferred to a call. Let's open the call so you can see what has happened.
So here's the text of Allison's script at the moment. It is formatted and put into the call here, and it is shared over here.
Gary, answer the call. Ha. The call is named Chatter so it can be shared with the player sequencer. A message with a line count for the current script is also sent that way.
So here's where the lines are counted. They arrive over here. We can see 30 lines in this script.
It may be possible to include something at the end of each line to add some silence to control the pause between lines. Such things are covered in the included Infovox manuals. Gary has not yet read the manuals. Typical. Player sequencer. This uses the arrow keys on the Mac keyboard to move through the script. Gary, demonstrate the arrows, then tell them about Poly.
Well, the 4 arrows are used to control as a kind of a playback control. The up arrow starts at the first line of the text, rewinds. The right arrow advances to the next line. Left arrow goes back to the previous line. The poly is a kind of a specialized thing in Macs. It's poly, short for polyphonic. So what this does is give us 8 copies of this patch, and each one has a speech object in it. Here's a message coming with the parameters. The last parameter in the message is the first parameter for the voice. It's set with 8 copies of that. The steel says that if a 9th line arrives while 8 are speaking, one of the 8 will be stopped and replaced by the new one. That can be changed over here with this number box to set any number of voices that you want. If you set it to 1, then only one voice can be used, and any new line will interrupt one in progress.
Gary is a genius.
Oh, that reminds me, I forgot to demonstrate the down arrow. This is very useful.
Gary is a genius.
Oh yeah.
Gary is a genius. Gary is a genius. Gary is a genius. So cute. Let's get back on subject. Alpha preset. For Shadow Man, Gary will be using this patch while recording voiceover with ScreenFlow to sync with music and video. We'll see some of that at the end of this tutorial. In future, he plans to control ChatterBox in live performance entirely with keys on a wireless Mac keyboard. A digital version of the traditional Irish button box. This idea is like Gary. A bit wacky, but he is learning to play it. The preset has 52 slots where Gary maps the numbers to letters of the alphabet, upper and lower case, selecting them from the Mac keyboard as he plays. Back to you, Gary.
Thanks, Allie. Wacky? Really? I should mention that Allison has read the manuals. She's become an expert on punctuation. Folks can select preset capital P to hear her tell more than you ever wanted to know about punctuation. And if we can get back there, where's my arrow? There it is. And a capital P and
punctuation marks appearing in a text affect both rhythm and intonation of a sentence.
I'd like to introduce you to some people I've met while making this tutorial. Junior, the boy next door, likes knock-knock jokes and apparently minimal music.
Knock-knock. Who's there? Interrupty cow. Interrupty cow.
Fred is a bit of a romantic with leanings towards Shakespeare.
Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? Thou art more lovely and more temperate. Rough winds do shake the darling buds of May, and summer's lease hath all too short away.
Ralph is sensitive to pitch changes.
Because I was content with these poor fields. Lo, open me slender and sluggish streams.
Lower.
And found a home in haunts which others scorned.
And higher.
The partial wood gods overpaid my love, and granted me the freedom of their state.
And deranged, who's going to give us some Jabberwocky. This is without modulation. And with modulation. And his friend Zarvox the robot.
Beware the chop bird and shun, the frumious bandersnatch.
And with modulation.
He took his vorpal sword in hand. Long time the manxome foe he sought.
Now, Derange and Zarvox are using the same text with different parameters and voices. Note that these parameters cannot be interpolated as you might want to do if you're using pattern storage. The speech object collects the parameters only at the beginning of the line. Parameters, script, and voices can be saved with presets, but they can be shared among the presets for many different combinations. For efficiency, the scripts are only loaded when they change. Now, Shadow Man has a mysterious and expressive voice. I bought him at Infobox. Unfortunately, he's named Bad Guy.
Shadow Man comes on nights of the full moon. His appearance is unpredictable in time or place.
Many more of these are possible. I hope this gives you some ideas. The last part of this tutorial will be a 3-minute rehearsal of Shadow Man, but before I do that, I want to make sure you saw the credits in the ChatterBox panel. As I say, Masayuki and Jeremy are true Max heroes. Thanks to them for their sharing, and thanks to you for watching.
Shadow Man comes on nights of the full moon. His appearance is unpredictable in time or place. He has no mission or intent. He is neither good nor evil. Neither god nor demon. He does not punish or reward. He cannot save or condemn. He only observes the happenings at the edge of darkness. He is everywhere and nowhere. When he considers human behavior, his eyes focus on the motive. His shadow falls on the deed. He is each of us, all, yet none. He often dresses with derby and cane. But only to deceive. His costume varies from robe to tunic. This only when he takes a human form. At other times, he prefers fur, feathers, or scales.